Hello, hello. Hi, everyone who's here. We're just getting set up. Thank you for joining today. We're going to be having a great presentation today all about online business. Super excited to be talking to you all. For those of you who are watching live, you can go ahead and put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay later, you can put the hashtag replay. If you are in immigrant finance school currently about to start, or you've graduated from the program, let's go ahead and put hashtag wealth builder. That's exactly what you are. And for those of you who are new to the community, if you've just joined the group, just joining this presentation, and you're interested about online business, you can put hashtag future online business owner. We're really excited to be talking all about online business today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who are here, thank you again for joining. I'm Adina, and I run the Immigrant Finance platform with my husband, Mauricio. I have been doing this platform for a couple years now with him. We are personal finance educators. We're focused on empowering the immigrant community and their families, and our goal is really to be helping people make that shift from being in survival mode, surviving, to more thriving and building wealth. And we got into this work specifically because we have gone through the whole process of trying to figure out finances and online business and increasing income as an immigrant family. Mao immigrated here to the US about 7 years ago. And when he came, we felt completely alone about finances. There was nothing on the internet about personal finances for immigrants at the time, and what he could do and not do based on his particular status, or if he lost that status. We had no idea how to be investing. We had no idea how to be building wealth and increasing income. We were very much in the paycheck to paycheck mode. So we have started the Immigrant Finance program and platform to really share what we learned with people and help people save time from all the pain we went through trying to figure that out all alone, and building community around that. So we are in this together. And we really believe that all immigrants should be finding ways to increase and diversify income, particularly through online business, because it is just such a fantastic way to get started with business. There's very low startup costs. There are infinite numbers of people you can help. There are lots of creative ideas you can pursue, and you can work from anywhere in the world, wherever you are. So we are going to be jumping all into online business today. For those of you who, again, are joining, thanks for being here. You can go ahead and say hi in the comments, put hashtag live if you're watching live. And go ahead and write down in the comments, how familiar are you with online business on a scale to 1 to 5? So if you have never thought about online business before, if this is your first time learning about it, go ahead and put a 1. And if you are starting to think of an idea, maybe you can put a 2. If you have something basic that you're trying to grow, maybe a 3. And then if you have a full-fledged online business up and running, that would be a 5. So go ahead and let us know where you're at so we can get a sense of how to target this presentation in the chat. And I'm going to be going through some really awesome stuff today about online business to share with you. So if you've got paper, get it out. If you take notes on, online on your phone, go ahead and get that ready, because I've got notes today, and our students know that when I've got notes, it's time to pay attention, because we're going to get into some good stuff. Oh, hi, Sophia. Hi, Alex. Hi, Yasmine. Thank you all for being here. And we are going to be jumping in as people trickle in. Go ahead and put hashtag live if you're watching live. If you are in the Immigrant Finance School program, put hashtag wealth builder. If you are interested in starting an online business and you're new to think about it, put future online business owner. We'll be jumping all in on this today. So first of all, I'm going to start off with, what is online business? So there's a large range of things that can be considered online business. And it can be everything from selling some products on Amazon, like I don't know, pencils, batteries, whatever, or selling things that you make on something like Etsy. That's all considered online business. And then it can range also to having things like online courses, coaching programs. So think of it as more physical products you're selling or info products and services is how we would divide it up. For purposes of this group today, we are going to be going into more of the info product service-based online business and specifically high ticket online service programs and businesses, because that is really the way to be able to get out of the trading time for money situation, the paycheck to paycheck situation, and be able to find ways to start building passive income and also be able to scale your business so that you can reach and help more and more people over time. And so there's a lot that goes into that with automation and systems and building your influence online. But really, this is the key for this group here of people who are immigrants or family members of immigrants. If you want to be developing generational wealth, you've got to be increasing income, and an online business is a great way to do that, specifically high ticket info product programs like coaching and online courses. And that's really what we teach our students to be building. So online business is really about providing a solution to a problem. It's providing high value, particularly if you have a high ticket program, very, very high value, solving someone's problem and walking them through step by step, giving them a framework of how to work through something that you have expertise in or you've gone through yourself, and what you've learned along the way, for example. And you're really, what's about is sharing an offer that can transform someone's life or help someone get to a different place than they are now and give them results. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to be going into our presentation today. Okay, if for some reason you can't see the PowerPoint, please let me know in the comments so I can know. And so now here's the title we're working through. We have a little bit of delay on the Facebook thing coming up. Okay, I see it coming up now. So we're getting into specifically today how to increase income by starting an online business, because at the end of the day, in order to build generational wealth, we need to increase income. And to move from surviving to thriving, we need to increase income. And an online business is a fantastic way to do that. Okay, waiting for the next slide. Okay, so we went over what is an online business. Now I want to tell you all a little bit about our story, what my husband Mao and I have gone through with starting an online business as an immigrant family, and what that's done for our personal finances and our overall situation. So first of all, we both work full-time jobs. So this is something you can do on the side. It does take time and commitment. But we've been able to, on the side, build up an online business to have a diversified another set of income and be able to pursue our passion of helping other people with what we've gone through of navigating personal finances as immigrant families. So I'm going to get into how we learned about online business so that you all can have a little bit more of a sense of where we're coming from. So basically, we started first with a blog. We started in January 2018, the Immigrant Finance blog. And that is something that was very scary tech-wise in the beginning. You know, I knew nothing about starting a website, a lot of looking things up on YouTube and figuring out, you know, and it really took years to figure out how to make our first dollars online. It was like this big mystery. How do you actually make money online? And there's all these people on the internet out there, you know, promising, oh, if you buy this, if you do this, you know, if you get this software, like you'll be a millionaire, right? So it doesn't actually work that way. It takes time to build something and to figure out for your particular audience how to serve them and meet their needs and provide a solution to whatever problems they're going through. So it took quite some time to figure out how to crack that code. I remember just feeling like I don't get it. Just how do we make like $1? I would try all these different things, couldn't figure it out. So it really was more of an expensive hobby, which is really common for online businesses. And a lot of people quit there, right? They just put money into starting an online business, but it never becomes profitable. And so it's an expensive hobby. And that is the last thing we want. We're trying to build generational wealth here. So we tried to figure out and crack the code. Finally, the first thing that worked was doing freelance writing. And this is something you can do with whatever skills you have that, in your day job and your career and in your hobbies and how you help family and friends. You can apply those skills online. So, for example, if you're bilingual, you can provide translation and interpretation freelancing services online. So, what I did was freelance writing, and that was the first way we were able to figure out how to start making some money online. And this was transformative. We both have worked in nonprofits all of our careers, and to learn how to generate income on our own was just completely transformational. It got us through one of the most difficult times in our lives. We actually had a period where Mal lost his job. He was unemployed for several months. I was pregnant at the time. So you can imagine how scary that is financially to be going through one person in the family losing income and expecting a child on the way. And what got us through that was our online business. That's how real this is, you guys. So by doing the freelance writing articles on the side, we were able to get by and survive that period. And not only did we not have to end up using any of our emergency fund during this period, but we also were able to buy some time for Mao to figure out what he actually wanted to really be doing and not just take the first job offer he could get or be in a desperate situation. It gave us freedom and choices by having that extra set of income. So that's why this is so important for you guys, because really it's not about the money, it's about having choices and options, and that's the ultimate freedom. So that was, very exciting for us. That was our first experience with making money online and online business, but it wasn't sustainable because with freelancing, at the end of the day, you're still trading time for money. Any extra dollar you get is because you're working more hours or taking on more clients. So although it's a fantastic way to get started and provide you a side hustle and extra options, extra income from a different source, not just having to rely on a single employer, it was limiting in that sense. So I knew there was something we needed to still figure out with online business. And personally, I went through years of online business coaching, courses, and programs to learn as much as I could, learning new software, learning more technology. And eventually, I got to this epiphany that really what we had to be doing was move out of that freelancer space to being online business owners and having an actual offer to offer to people to share, providing value, and being able to make money in a more sustainable way and really help more people. That's what this is all about, right? And so this was a huge deal to realize that we had to come up with an offer, some kind of program. And there's a lot of people you see online who are just doing everything they can to build followers, get as many likes as possible. And you might think, oh, if I just get like, I don't know, 10,000 followers, then I'll be making money online. It doesn't work that way. Actually, there's a lot of people online with a ton of followers who are not making money. So it's not just about that. It's about having an actual offer that you can share with people. So we eventually, by figuring that out, started our first program, Immigrant Finance School, a group coaching program for immigrant families about personal finance, investing, and online businesses. And through that, we actually were able to go from, just having a side hustle to actually matching one of our salaries. So that has been also very transformational in allowing us to think about how we want to be spending our time, what kind of life we want to be living, what type of work we really want to be doing, be able to have a family for the first time. I can't tell you how afraid I was for so long working in nonprofits that I would never be able to afford having a family because it's expensive. or buying a home. And so it's given us a lot of options and just to be less reliant on other people for our livelihood. So that's a little bit about our story. For those of you who have just come on and joined, thanks for being here. Go ahead and put wealth builder in hashtag wealth builder if you're in the Immigrant Finance School program. If you're watching live, put hashtag live. If you're new, you can put hashtag new. I'm very excited for you to be here with us. So next, I'm going to talk about some strategy of how to be increasing income through an online business. If you are an immigrant or a family member of an immigrant, this is the framework that we have figured out that we teach our students. And so it's first, you really do have to learn how to actually manage money and get started investing. Because if we don't do that, it doesn't matter how much money we make if we are able to increase income with an online business or other ways, because we won't know how to manage it. So there's a lot of people out there who are making a ton of money. Maybe they have high salaries or very profitable businesses, but they are not wealthy because they don't know how to hold on to that money and how to manage it to reach their goals and keep building toward wealth. So the first is to figure that out. Then you have to develop an actual offer, like that epiphany I was talking about. I realized we had to get out of freelancing and actually have an offer to be business owners. That's something that we would love to help you with if you're interested in brainstorming about an offer you could do. We also workshop online offers in Immigrant Finance School program. The next is to actually create your online business. To get up and running, to get some of the basic technology in place, like a website, getting social media up, getting an email list going, and sharing your offer with the world and getting out there, building influence. And then finally is when we get into scaling and increasing income for your online business through systems. That is a whole nother animal in itself that we are going through right now that I will have to tell you more about for another day. But here's the trajectory you can think of for building wealth. So we're moving really from the money management, getting started investing, getting our personal finances in order, to starting an online business to increase income and building that over time, essentially, is how we are navigating this. And the reason why we need to be doing this is because budgeting alone won't do much to actually help you build wealth. You have to be increasing income. You can budget perfectly. You can write down every single thing you spend. You can have all these no spend days, whatever, but you're not going to get anywhere with building wealth unless you increase income. So it's super important. We have to increase that total number in our budget. We also need to get out of the scarcity mindset when we think about a system for building wealth. It's very common for people to have this mindset, for women to have it, for Americans to have it, for immigrants and their families to have it, because we're often told these stories and conditioned by society that there's never enough money. We get told this by our families growing up, that we have to fear not having enough and all these things. And that is something that we need to flip in order to become business owners, because in order to increase income, it's really important to be switching to an abundance mindset, because money really at the end of the day is very energetic. There's a reason they call it currency. It's like a current. It's like water has to keep flowing. And so we have to be open to it. And that's all the money mindset stuff we get into in our program that we can also do another training about sometime. But essentially, it's important to get out of that scarcity mindset. And now we're going to get into some tactics of how to start an online business. I'm going to go into some tips for designing an online business. And what these will do is to help you get out of that paycheck to paycheck situation and move away from that, get out of trading time for money, and be more aligned with your life's purpose and helping a lot of people. That's what online business can be really helpful for. So first, I want to cover some misunderstandings that come up about online business that can hold people back from getting started. And that kind of lends its way to tips and suggestions. So first of all, there's this idea that you cannot have an online business if you are not a quote unquote expert, if you don't have a particular degree in the area that you want to teach about, if you don't have a certification, you might think that you are not able to do this. And let me tell you, that's wrong. Online business is a totally different way of business and a new economy that's developing that is no longer about, what degrees you have or what piece of paper you have. It's You don't need permission to share with the world your unique genius, your experiences. Your experiences are enough. There's no one else in the world who has had the life experience that you personally have had. So there's also this idea in online business that we shouldn't think of it as competitive. There is no competition because you're the only one that can share your unique value, and the world needs to hear that. And that is what you are ultimately going to be providing in your offer in your online business. There's also a misunderstanding that you have to know how to code. Let me tell you right here, I do not know how to code. I do not consider myself someone good with tech. A lot of this I've been able to just learn on along the way, YouTubing stuff, like asking in the chat, how do I do this? Can you help me with this? With tech support. And there's a lot of site builders now that make it super easy to just throw up a website that you don't have to code for. Like, for example, Wix, Squarespace, WordPress. There's also free tools out there that can make it really easy to make graphics and social media posts without you having to be a designer, without you having to know how to code. Like, for example, Canva is really great for that. There's also a misunderstanding that online businesses are expensive. Actually, it's the probably lowest cost way to start an online business because, unlike a brick and mortar business, there are no startup costs like rent or buying machinery or products to be shipping. There are startup costs such as like getting a domain name or website, email software, but those are, far less expensive than a brick and mortar business investments would be. So they're pretty small, and we can help you budget to plan for those in your personal finance system as well through that. And there's also just infinite revenue potential in an online business. So it's actually the opposite of thinking that's expensive because with software programs and being able to reach more people around the world, regardless of where they live, you can scale and grow your business to help more people. There's also a misunderstanding that you have to be sleazy and like do these sleazy sales or like spamming people to have an online business. That's not true either. Let me just tell you right now, if you are solving a problem for someone, you can be changing their life. There's nothing sleazy about that. And arguably, we can say you actually have a duty, if you know how to help them, to share that with them because you have a solution to their problem, and you can help someone go through something probably very painful that you've maybe gotten through and learned from along the way, or have some suggestions and strategies how to do it in a more effective way. So those are some tips, and misunderstandings about online business. Some other ones I want to get into is this idea that another tip is like your experience is enough for online business. So let me tell you about one of our students in Immigrant Finance School, one of our alumni, Yasmine, from Mrs. Pantry Chef. That is the online business she created through our program. And Yasmine is just fantastic because she's such an example of this strategy I want to share with you all, that your experience is enough, because Yasmine has been cooking her whole life, and her personal social media had all these amazing pictures of recipes and food tips, and she had all these followers naturally just from doing that, and so she didn't need a degree in business or in cooking or food blogs. She was able to just get started by teaching people what she specializes in, which is how to cook healthy meals with low cost pantry items, and to still have these amazing, healthy, delicious, beautiful meals, even if your budget is tight. And she's in the process of planning online cooking classes. And she here is really solving a problem because there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to eat well. They don't know how to eat well with low budget items like pantry items, especially with all these people who are stuck at home during the pandemic and they have to cook all the time. And Yasmine is going to be teaching people how to do that in a cost-effective way. And she's also bilingual, so she is really providing a helpful service for people. And that is just amazing. So she is a wonderful example. I next want to tell you about V. V is an example of focusing on a problem to solve. So V is also one of our recent graduates of Immigrant Finance School. Her personal Instagram handle is Martinez Denez, and she has the new online business she started, Hold Myself Accountable. So the way she went about this was she started with just providing skills that she already had from her education and career online to start making a little money, get those first dollars in so that she was able to leave this terrible job with this, as she says, her shitty boss, and I gave her some what she calls, and we talk about in our program, fuck you money, because she had options, she had choices. She was able to get out of this terrible job situation by doing coding workshops and math tutoring, just getting started with something. But then she saw there was a problem to solve because she saw all these amazing people in her community who are motivated, socially conscious, women of color, and non-binary people of color, who have this potential to make a huge impact on the world, and we're having some challenges around accountability. So she created an accountability group coaching program, Hold Myself Accountable, where she is providing this amazing skill set she has in goal setting and accountability from all her experiences in graduate school and her personal experiences, and helping these people reach their fullest potential. How amazing is that? So thank you to V for being this example. I also wanted to mention Carrie. Carrie is a great example of the third tip for starting an online business I want to talk about, which is just being messy and getting started, not letting perfectionism get in the way, and iterating. Because Carrie was able to just get started by trying out something that she knows she's really good at, which is helping people with their resumes. She has this amazing ability to help people rethink their careers. She also has great skills and passion and budgeting. So she just, put up a calendar link for people to sign up on her calendar and start doing some coaching sessions with her on their resumes and budgeting. And her calendar booked up immediately because she just got started and put herself out there. She did a Instagram live that was very vulnerable, just sharing, that she was helping people, and people immediately wanted to work with her. And she's now able to use that experience with these initial coaching sessions to, first of all, have market research about what her audience needs and develop a system to be helping them more, which she can later turn into, for example, a coaching program, an online course, one-on-one coaching, endless potential. The other kind of bonus tip I wanted to add was that it's important to find accountability and to find others who are working on online business and getting started, because it can be very intimidating as something new. It can be very uncomfortable to step outside of your comfort zone. So just knowing you're not alone and finding spaces where others are starting online businesses is super important so that you're not going through this alone. And there's a lot of communities out there. We wanted to also invite you to learn more about the community we offer, where we workshop online businesses and get into personal finance planning and wealth building planning for immigrants and their families. Our program is called Immigrant Finance School. So this is really important to be doing this work right now because as we have all seen with the pandemic, there is a lot of uncertainty in the economy. There are no jobs that are, stable anymore. Like all these jobs that we thought were just a given, lots of people have lost. And it's more important than ever to be learning how to generate income on your own and not rely on an employer. It's also very important to stay ahead of the curve because this is the way the economy is moving. And we're seeing more and more that the economy is going online. And we want to make sure that immigrants and their families are part of that shift and they don't get left behind. So if you are ready to start thinking about online business and start workshopping ideas with us and get an offer together, we are ready to do it with you. We invite you to join the Immigrant Finance School program. We got you. We're here for you. We have our live online course for the program, and then also group coaching. We get into money management, investing, online business. there is a link there, immigrantfinanceschool.immigrantfinance.com, that you can go ahead and apply if you are interested in joining. And in our program, we go through our Thrive method. It's an acronym for the word Thrive that is really our system and framework to be empowering immigrants and their families for building generational wealth. And that includes starting online businesses. And so the T is we teach you all about training your dollars with goal driven budgeting systems. The H is we teach you how to hold onto your money by optimizing and maximizing your bank accounts, your credit cards, and accelerating all of those systems so that they automate and just facilitate your goals in your goal driven budget system. Then we teach you about reaching stability through emergency funds, immigrant empowerment funds, reducing spending, paying off debt. Then we get into investing and increased income. That's where the really good stuff is. We make sure every student has an investment account that's tax advantaged open by the end of the program, and that they have a very clear idea how to be managing their investments on their own for the rest of their life. So they don't have to pay some financial planner every year to be doing it for them. All that money should be just going into their investments. And we teach you strategy for long-term buy and hold investing to build wealth. And then we also go into increasing income with online businesses, everything we've been talking about today, workshopping ideas and getting an offer up and running to start making money online and increasing income. We also get into visualizing and setting very clear goals. Goal setting is incredibly important for wealth building and personal finance so that we can have crystal clarity about where we're going and then develop the plan all around that so that it all just starts happening in a system on its own without you having to think about it too much. And then finally, we get into elevating to the next level, and that's all about money mindset. We get into everything from identifying, our money stories and money traumas to rewriting them as a group and having tools and affirmations how to keep an abundant mindset. And here's a list of some of the things we have included in the Immigrant Finance Group Coaching Program. Feel free to check this out. You can also learn more if you just reach out to us at hello@immigrantfinance.com. And then lastly, I wanted to mention that we are offering a limited time offer right now for people who want to get started, just ready to do a session and meet with us and workshop an online business idea. We are offering these to help people get jump started before the new year with an idea. So this will be a discounted offer of $97 till January 1st. You can book a time to meet with us at onlinebusinessstrategy.immigrantfinance.com. And I think that is all for us for today. So if anyone has questions, please feel free to put in the chat. I hope you learned more about online business today and that we were able to teach you something new. So thank you as always for joining. And we just love being able to connect with you all and do these lives. If you have other topics you want us to teach about, feel free to reach out. You can just send me a message, put a comment below, or email at hello@immigrantfinance.com. And thank you all so much and have a great rest of the weekend. Take care.